I'm Diana. I'm the children's specialist here at Books Inc. Mountain View. Talk about some of my favorite kids' books. So the first one I'm going to talk about is for young kids. It's called Press Here by Tule. It's one of my favorite books to read for story time. It's very interactive and a lot of fun to read with kids without any of the electronics or bells and whistles. So one of the examples of interactivity is this page, where it tells you to shake up the book just a little. So you shake it up, turn the page. Amazing! And the whole book, it's asking kids to press different color buttons. It's asking them to tilt the book from the right or the left, to clap their hands a certain number of times, and each action that they do changes the book a little bit. It's tons of fun. Whenever I read it to kids at story time, they all love it, and something I really recommend if you're going to a baby shower or if you just want something to read with your little kids. So that's Press Here. The second one I'm going to talk about has been a favorite in my family for a long time. It's called Strega Nona by Tommy DePaula. And this is a really great book. It's about Strega Nona, which means grammar witch in Italian. And it takes place in Italy. And it's about her assistant named Big Anthony, who's kind of a doofus. He messes things up and he gets in some mischief with a magic pasta pot. So it's got beautiful illustrations, a lot for kids to look at. It's a fun book to read with kids, and it's like a fable, but it's an original story. This is one of my favorite, one that my grandma used to read to me when I was a little girl.
I like it, Mama.
So now I'm going to talk about a more early reader book. It's called Today I Will Fly by Mo Williams. It's part of the Elephant and Piggy series. It's really cute. It's great for kids learning how to read. You can read with them and they can read with you. And what I love about this series is the friendship between Elephant and Piggy. It's got a lot of hearts and really sweet illustrations, and it's really funny, and kids love to laugh and crack up. So totally recommend this book if you've got a kid who's just starting to learn how to read. Alright, so now we're going to get into the chapter books. This one is called The Girl Who Circumnavigated Fairyland in a Ship of Her Own Making by Catherine Valente. The title is kind of a mouthful, but it's a really wonderful fantasy book about a girl named September who's taken to Fairyland by the Green Wind. And there she gets into all kinds of adventures with a pack of wild bicycles, a wyvern, which is kind of like a dragon, and an evil Marquess. So if you're a fan of Neil Gaiman or Holly Black, you'd be totally into this book. It's one of my favorite new books that came out this year. And the last book I'm going to talk about, this is for older readers, probably around high school, maybe some middle school as well. It's called Going Bovine by Liba Bray. It's a very offbeat type of book, to put it mildly. It's about a teenage boy named Cameron, who's kind of your average surly teenager, until he gets mad cow disease. And the adventure goes from there. So once he is in the hospital, he gets contacted by a punk angel who tells him he has to make this journey in order to find a mad scientist and save the world. So on his journey, he makes friends with a dwarf who loves video games and a Norse god who's in the body of a garden gnome. It's super fun. It's asks a lot of tough philosophical questions about life and death and love and family. but without getting preachy or boring. So I totally recommend this if you have a teenager who's maybe kind of more offbeat, or if you're just into really fun adventure travel stories. All right.